Thank you, Paula, for joining us today. So, the World Elephant Day is here. What's the significance of this day?
World Elephant Day was really created at the time when elephants were being poached across Africa around 2012, 2013. And it was really a time for the whole world to think about elephants and what's happening to them. These are the largest land mammals, and they are, they've been victimized for such a long time. They've been killed for their tusks, which are their two front teeth. They've been the source of so many challenges. And World Elephant Day is a time when we can stop and think, how are we going to sustain these magnificent animals on the continent of Africa and also Asian elephants in Asia into perpetuity.
Now let's talk about tourism returns in, of course, sub-Saharan Africa and specifically Kenya and Tanzania. What can you say about tourism returns from such a majestic wildlife?
Elephants and lions are two of the most important animals for tourism in Africa. People who come to Kenya, for example, there are about 2 million visitors come every year. Most of them come to this country for safari tourism. And those are the two animals they really want to see, elephants and lions. So they contribute significantly to our national economy. Tourism alone contributes over 12% of our GDP. And the same for Tanzania. So they're very, very vital to the thriving economies of these two East African countries.
So elephant hunting, it's been an issue for quite some time. What's happening, especially on the border between Kenya and Tanzania?
Kenya and Tanzania hold a very large proportion of Africa's elephants. In Kenya alone, we have over 35,000 elephants, and in Tanzania, they have about 70,000. These are a fraction of what we used to have. As a result of poaching, we lost a lot of our elephants. But Kenya's elephants that live on the border with Tanzania are a very special group of elephants. Now, the way that the two countries manage their elephants are very different. Tanzania has hunting as a practice to generate revenue, which they use for management of elephants and other animals. And Kenya has not had hunting since 1977. So very, very different management practices. Those animals that live on the border are at risk. And in the 1990s, Kenya and Tanzania came together and they agreed that those elephants that live what we call on the border or cross-border elephants, they agreed that those elephants would not be targeted. So anybody who had the hunting concessions on lands on that southern part of what we call Kilimanjaro West, Amboseli area, they were not hunting elephants. And if they did, they were punished very severely. And it happened in one incident. Until very recently, that population has been absolutely safe. But something happened. Last year, 5 permits were issued to hunters. The hunting took place, 5 elephants were killed. We know that at least 4 of them were elephants from the Amboseli population. These are what we call super tuskers, elephants with the largest tusks. They are the largest tusks in the whole of the continent. There are only around 20 of these huge elephants left. Already now 5 are gone. What it's doing is it's impacting on the genetic diversity of these elephants. In all populations where hunting removes the largest tusked elephants, you see a removal of those genes from the population. That's a genetic impact.